What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Let me start off this video by giving a shout out. Haven't really been great on this, but this year I'm gonna try to do better. Giving a shout out to the guys that been having my back. So start off with Fishing Magician Tackle, FMTC. Shout out to him over there, man. They got a great bait company over there. And like I said, I put up the links to everything that on the bottom. So if you guys want to get some stuff from him, there'll be links in the bottom. You go straight to his website and buy some stuff. Bass Brigade, obviously, been with Bass Brigade. They were one of the first guys that I was with. And, shout out to them for having my back for a long time. Also, we have Swagger Tungsten. So I've been using Swagger Tungsten for a while now. And Swagger is actually the first company I've ever emailed to, get on their pro staff. So shout out to them. I'm on their pro staff. So if you guys want to get 15% off, and they're already cheap. Swagger Tungsten's already cheap. You could put in the Swagger 22 on the discount code. You get 15% off. All I'm asking is when you do that, just if you guys could put my name in the notes, that way they know it's from me. Later on, if enough people buy from them that have my name on the notes, then later on they'll give me my actual code. Like it'll probably be like Coach 22 or something like that. I don't know, but I want to do that just so we can get you guys some discount on there, other than that, guys, Yolotek over there, man. There's some good dudes over there in Yolotek, man. Just like with them, I got the link down below. If you guys want to order something, you can click on that link, take you straight there. I record everything on my Yolotek in the back. I still need to get another GoPro. I need to get another GoPro for my chest. I just need to, stop. I need to get one, that way we can have another view, but I ain't gonna lie, it makes it a lot easier just having one camera in the back to edit. But yeah, with the Yolotek, man, with the power stick, it's that thing got me going all day, so I don't be tripping. But and then if you guys haven't seen the new one, I should have it here. Yeah, stays with me in here. This new one, that's all my cords, but this new one right here, at the top, it's got your anchor light. So you can put an anchor light in there. So that's cool. And then this black color, it's not green no more, which green wasn't bad, but black goes, with everything. Other than that, guys, let's get this video started. It's a recap. Bassin Kid's always working, so he wasn't able to. I wanted to do the recap with him, but he's been working a lot, so I figured I'd just get this out the way. So the recap, Lake Berryessa Future Pro Tour. We started our tournament season there and ended up in 18th place, as you guys seen. If you guys seen the Future Pro Tournament, if you haven't, click out of this, go watch that, and then come back. But we went into the tournament, and it was pretty cold. It's pretty cold in the morning, and it was raining. So right before blast off, it was raining. Like around right before 7 o'clock, it was raining, coming down pretty good, and then it just stopped. We had no idea where we were going. We didn't know. We fished the weekend before. Was it the week? Yeah, I think the weekend or two before, and didn't catch one fish. Actually, it was the weekend before. Didn't catch one fish at all. We fished all south, didn't catch nothing. So we literally went into that tournament not knowing where we were going to start until the day of, or when we blasted off. I mean, I figured, you know what? Let's go north. We're going to fish north. We already fished south. We didn't catch nothing, no bites. So let's go straight north and hit a few points out there of a few spots. It's kind of a mistake, but when we first blasted off, I was taking off and I seen a spot, seen some fish busting, So I stopped there and fished there. We didn't catch nothing. So I probably shouldn't have stopped there. I should have just stuck with the game plan, what little game plan we had, and went straight north. But we were there for about 10, 15 minutes, didn't catch nothing, and we just took off. So we went all the way north. With the first bite that I missed, if you guys watched it, I broke off. Oh, I saw that. And I was throwing the hula grub, which this was the setup that I threw the hula grub on right here. It's a 734 Dobbins champion rod. It's the Boom Boom green rod. Can't get these no more. They don't make green rods no more at Dobbins. But I was throwing a hula grub, just dragging it on the floor. And I'm going to say it was the knot. I didn't retie that hula grub. It's the same one that I was using from the weekend before. I didn't catch no fish on it, but, you know, throwing it and dragging it, doing the same thing from the weekend before, obviously probably had some nicks on the line, I don't know. It broke. And I'm assuming that was a nice fish because we ended up seeing the wake because it came up to try to throw the bait out, but it didn't come out of the water completely, but it was a nice wake. I don't know. We don't know. We didn't see the fish. Could have been small, could have been big. I don't know. Definitely would have helped. Then after that, we started hitting some. It got real windy, which there was 10 to 15 mile an hour winds that was already in the forecast. Try to find some spots outside of the wind. We just wasn't producing nothing. We went to another spot that I figured, and there was one spot that, and I look back now, and there was one spot that I was gonna go to that I didn't hit up because I had no spoons or blade baits with me, and I didn't go because I usually go there like if I have spoons or blade baits. And I look back now, I should have just went. Finding out that Luke caught them fish at deep water, I should have just went anyways and tried a drop shot there, at least tried, and that was my mistake. I should have went. It wasn't going to hurt none. We were already close to the area. I should have just went. I don't know why I didn't. That was my mistake, but you learn from your mistakes. So I know now, you know. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I didn't say it, but water temp at the beginning was 51. We ended up getting up to 52 degrees. Obviously cloudy day, and there was rain. So, but it was tough, man, the whole day. And then we ended up going, hitting as many spots as we could up north. Then we was like, you know what, let's start making our way down south. And because I never fished this spot before, I'm going back down south, and I'm just scanning the area, looking for points, because where I got that bite on the hula grub was a rock point. So I'm looking for points. I end up seeing a rocky point. Not really a point, but it was just a rocky area. So we hit there, and that's where Basket ended up catching the first fish. He was throwing a drop shot. Do I have the other drop shot? I don't have the other drop shot. Oh, you know what? Let me grab it real quick. All right. So this is my original drop shot rod that I had, or I still have. And this is a Dobbins 703 champion with this is a old school Daiwa. I think you say like Procyon. I don't know. Procyon. I think that's what it's called. 2500. And this thing has been a workhorse for us. It's not the lightest. This reel is kind of heavy, It's definitely not the lightest. This reel is definitely not light at all. But this rod has been great for us. I mean, it's been putting in work. It looks like it's been pretty rough. I might have to do an exchange on it, but this thing has been great for us. Basket Kid loves throwing this thing. I might have to upgrade this reel, get a Tatula LT, because those are pretty nice. That's what's on this one right here. That's the Tatula LT 4000. That's a nice reel right there, pretty light. And I think this is time for an upgrade. But yeah, he was catching them, and then he caught it on that right there. That's that Orion color from RoboWorm. You can only get it at the hookup tackle. They made it an exclusive color. I definitely restocked. I don't think I have. Do I have the box? Oh yeah, right here. Definitely restocked on those. So he caught that fish, and so we kind of, I guess you could say we're finding a pattern now. So when I got bit on the hula grub, it was a rocky point. He ended up catching that fish. It was a rocky point. Now, obviously, some people are going to be like, well, obviously that makes sense. It's in the wintertime, they're going to stay near rocks, but that was the thing. I mean, you could catch them deep from like what some people were catching them. They caught them at like 50 to 60 feet. Obviously, the guys that won. And then the pattern that we got on was a long rocky point, because that point that Basket ended up catching him on, what we were doing was positioning our boat basically on the side of the rocky point, casting over the point, then come until we hit the rocks and then going over. Well, we were consistently casting farther and farther and farther just to see how far this point actually goes out. And all the points that we caught fish on, they were actually going out really far. I mean, to the point where we were like almost throwing like completely to the left or right, whatever. And we were still hitting rocky points. So we would just, drift out a little bit farther, because I kind of figured they were a little bit deeper on those rocky points. And sure enough, I mean, we were catching them there. But we eventually, so that caught fish there, moved over to another spot, which there was some guys there that were fishing, but they didn't have spot lock. And and the way those winds were, they was out there more towards the main lake, and they were getting, man, I mean, I've been there. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's what happens without spotlight. No, I've been in that position, and it sucks to try to control the boat and you don't have spot lock, and so 1 foot on the pedal trying to keep your balance, and pushing the pedal down to try to make sure you're in the right spot and cast and feel these. It's ridiculous. So if you don't have spot lock, it's going to be rough out there. I mean, I've been there. Now, granted, luckily I got spot lock now, and it's a big time game changer, but it was great. I mean, so obviously Basket Kid getting a bite on that, I started throwing the drop shot also. Same worm, but this one is with the NRX Plus, the drop shot rod. It's that 822 DSR, I believe. And then this is with the Accents reel. I mean, this is definitely not a setup for everyone. I mean, it's a 610, but so let me make sure, 822S DSR. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it's going to be able to show on there. Let me see if it shows. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. You might be able to see it, but I don't know. But yeah, so this is not your ordinary setup. I spoiled myself with this drop shot setup. Ridiculous. Okay, the sensitivity on this thing, unbelievable. The weight, unbelievable. It's ridiculous. Okay, I mean, these two, it's crazy. But if you don't want to spend crazy amount of money, because this, you're looking in the upwards of what is this, like $1,000 for this setup right here. So yeah, that's you know, and then right here, the champion I believe goes for about 285 maybe. And then this reel was only like maybe like $125. But I am gonna upgrade this reel. But I mean, even I mean, you get cheaper than that, but you know, the sensitivity on this thing, I'm still getting used to the sensitivity on this because it's so sensitive. I mean, I mean, you really got to get used to it because everything feels like almost like a bite because you're feeling everything. And then I got the Swagger tungsten on there. I always use a 3/8. I'm used to throwing 3/8. That's what I throw. Some people probably say it might be too heavy. It might be. I mean, I would say probably that's like the most to put on this rod, but I use a 3/8 on that. But man, that's a nice rod. So here's the thing. I went back, and that's why I say whether you do YouTube or not, I think it's always good to record fishing. You fishing, record you catching fish or you know catching fish and everything like that because you can always learn from it. So going back and looking at the video, I was telling my son, I was like, you know what? When I went back and looking at it, because he caught that one fish. After that, he didn't catch nothing else. And I'm trying to wonder, well, what the heck was he doing that I wasn't doing? Or that what was he not doing that I was doing? And because we were throwing the exact same thing. But looking back at it now, I was more dragging the worm. I was just dragging the drop shot. And then until I got to a spot where I had to jump over, I would give it a little twitch and then just drag it. He was more of letting it drop. He would shake it and then reel it up, shake it, reel it up. Now, some people say, oh, that's not how you're supposed to work a drop shot. Well, this kid, he catches more fish than me on drop shot all the time. So I let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been plenty of times where I even would look at him. I'd be like, man, you're shaking it a lot and stuff like that. But he was catching them. So I don't question it. But just in that point, I look back at it now and it just makes me more aware or makes me think about to be more aware now out on the water for the next time we do go. And if I'm catching fish and he's not, to try to let's see what he's doing or what he's not doing so we can make the odds better on our favor of catching fish. I can, you know, be like, oh, you know what? I've been doing this and you're doing this. So I start switching it up so we can start catching fish, more fish. Because I didn't really pay attention to how he was fishing it. So it's a learning thing, you know. So that's cool. That's why I said, you know, it's good to record whether you're doing it for YouTube or, you know, social media or not, just to do it, you know. And I know some guys that do record a lot, but they don't post nothing, and that's fine, you know. And I know a lot of people that hate people that post everything, and that's fine too. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, so we ended up catching our 5 fish. I think it was 6 bites and caught 5, you know. So I mean that's pretty much, I mean, we're happy where we were at, 63 boats, 18th place. I'm not mad at it. We got some good points for, you know, we entered the rookie of the years this year and then hopefully get in the tournament of champions. So we're not mad at that finish. Would I have liked to catch one more, like at least a 3 or 4 pounder that would have got us in the money? Heck yeah, you know. But it just, you know, makes us hungry for more, you know. So, but that's about it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick little recap, let you guys know what I caught them on. I'm gonna try to keep on doing these recaps. If I catch them on like a secret bait that I use or something like that, you probably won't hear about a recap, or I'll do a recap, but I just won't tell you exactly what bait. As far as spots, I probably won't give away too many spots. I mean, you guys could watch my videos, you know, and dissect that if you want. But I don't try to go too in detail unless it's like a community hole. Like next week we're going to, or not next week, but next tournament we're going to Clear Lake. Okay, that's like me saying, oh yeah, I caught him at Shag Rock. Everybody is at Shag Rock. Henderson. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, so it's not going to be no big deal to say, you know, where you caught him. And people can tell off video anyways where you're at. So that's no big deal. But other than that, guys, I just want to appreciate you guys for watching. Next stop is going to be Clear Lake, California. So wish us luck, and we're still in the chase for that trophy. Let's go get it.